Alright, so in the video, why I don't train flips anymore, I had a lot of feedback and mostly positive. Although I had still this old parkour and free running dilemma. Like, parkour and free running are the same thing. Do you really think that? Okay, we must agree in something. They came from the same place. They pretty much, like, they could be the same thing because they use the same tools and the same spaces. Another thing we must agree is that it might be subjective and the place where you're from might interfere on your opinion, but this is not a subjective talk. This is very objective and very conceptual. So, you know, like, we just must agree to something. Please guys, let's just agree to something. First, let's imagine this big circle, this big umbrella called movement, all right? So in this umbrella you have different things. So you have parkour, you have free running, you have tricking, street stunts, dance, and then it's not only parkour and free running inside of this umbrella. You also have other sports such as athletics, gymnastics, martial arts. You have everything is connected by only one thing: movement, physical activity. Well, but parkour and free running are very close together because they were born pretty much in the same time and developed by the same people in the same age, more or less, right? So also most part of the people that practice parkour practice free running, and most part of the people that practice free running must practice parkour because free running and parkour are connected. Free running is pretty much based on parkour. Although nowadays free runners don't need to be really good in parkour to be good free runners. They just need to be good free runners. They need to be good in flips, tricks, flow, and a few jumps. So yes, for you to be a good parkour athlete, you don't need to be a good free runner. But for you to be a good free running athlete, you really need to be a good parkour athlete. But that's my opinion, I guess, you know? Because, like, even if you're a good free runner but you're not really good in parkour, maybe you're not so much of a parkour free running, it's more like a street stance free running, but still free running. That's too confusing. They are brother sports, they use the same tools in the same spaces, they have different goals and methods, what make them different disciplines. So I think I don't need to explain you the concept of parkour, right? Parkour. One thing, in my opinion, should be clear is that flips can be parkour. Sometimes flips are as useful as any other parkour technique. As well as training flips get your mind and your body ready for different situations that you don't even know, like air awareness, body control, focusing, power, and many other stuff. Like the manpower gap. If you see Kevin Fleury doing this on a front flip, he hits the landing in such a perfect angle to roll that I think it's really hard for someone to do the drop in the same efficiency, absorption efficiency as he did on front flip. So parkour is more like a discipline of making your body strong and learning how to go from A to B the most efficient and blah 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 blah. Free running, on the other hand, is more about movement expression. On free running, you use our body to create and perform runs or non-runs, where you use your body to do flips, tricks, aiming for aesthetical, beautiful movement with creativity, flow, and art. Yes, it's pretty much art. I don't mean to make people choose between being a parkour and free running athlete, because I mean that they are connected, alright? So even if you're just really good in parkour, like in my opinion, you should practice free running. That will make you a better parkour guy, as well as it will work the other way around. If you're really good in free running, maybe practicing some parkour will make you a better free running athlete. So yeah, so tracers and free runners, we're connected. But you know martial arts, you don't say that jiu-jitsu is the same thing as taekwondo, right? And you also wouldn't say that hurdles are the same as javelin throw, right? You don't say sculpture and painting are the same form of arts. You don't say hawks and pigeons are the same birds. You don't say ski and snowboard are the same sport. I would never say Callum Powell practiced the same sport as Alfred Scott. I would never say Andy Smivchenko practiced the same sport as Pasha Petkovic. go out, train, have fun. But when you tell people, make sure that you make a difference. Make sure that they are aware that it's not the same thing. And also because there's a difference between parkour and free running, it doesn't mean that if you practice parkour, you don't practice free running, or if you practice free running, you don't practice parkour. Actually, most part of the people start practicing both, and they don't start focusing so much of the differences, but a long time they discover their preference for some of the discipline. In fact, there's not a lot of specialists, a lot of only parkour people and only free running people. You can also see the difference when you realize that the foundations of the sports are different. The parkour was based on the method naturel, on athletics, some elements of gymnastics, blah blah, while free running is based on tricking, gymnastics, circus activities, and also parkour, obviously. Don't pick sides. Understand the difference. Thanks for watching, and movement for life. Afonso is a man of two colors.